I have walked that long road to freedom. I have tried not to falter. I have made missteps along the way, but I have discovered the secret that after climbing a great hill, one only finds that there are many more hills to climb. These powerful words from Nelson Mandela capture the essence of his life's journey, one marked by struggle, sacrifice, and ultimately, triumph. Mandela was more than just a leader. He was a symbol of resilience, justice, and freedom. His story is not just about the liberation of a nation, but also about the profound lessons he left behind for all of humanity. This video shares Nelson Mandela's philosophies on how to deal with being ignored, emphasizing the importance of freedom and self-improvement. I have traversed that long road to freedom. I have endeavored not to stumble. I have made missteps along the way, yet I have uncovered the truth that after ascending a great hill, one merely discovers that there are many more hills to climb. For to be free is not simply to shed one's chains, but to live in a manner that respects and enhances the freedom of others. There is no such thing as true freedom. We pledge to construct a wholly new society where all South Africans, both black and white, can stand tall without fear in their hearts, assured of their inalienable right to human dignity, a rainbow nation at peace with itself and the world. A brave man is not one who does not feel fear, but one who conquers that fear. Education is the most powerful weapon you can wield to change the world. Education is the great engine of personal development. It is through education that the daughter of a peasant can become a doctor. The son of a mine worker can rise to lead the mine. And the child of farm workers can become the president of a great nation. It is what we make of what we have, not what we are given, that distinguishes one person from another. A good mind and a good heart are always a formidable combination. There is no passion to be found in playing small, in settling for a life that is less than the one you are capable of living. Changing yourself is the hardest task, but it is also the most essential step to achieving greater change. Forgiveness liberates the soul. It removes fear. That's why forgiveness is such a powerful weapon. If you want to make peace with your enemy, you have to work with your enemy. Then he becomes your partner. No one is born hating another person because of the color of his skin, or his background, or his religion. People must learn to hate. And if they can learn to hate, they can be taught to love. For love comes more naturally to the human heart than its opposite. Let freedom reign. The sun never set on so glorious a human achievement. A winner is a dreamer who never gives up. A good leader, like a good shepherd, is always behind the flock, letting the most nimble go out ahead, whereupon the others follow, not realizing that all along they are being directed from behind. It is better to lead from behind and to put others in front, especially when you celebrate victory when nice things occur. You take the front line when there is danger. Then people will appreciate your leadership. A nation should not be judged by how it treats its highest citizens, but its lowest ones. A nation should not be judged by how it treats its most privileged citizens, but by how it treats its most vulnerable ones. Lead from the rear and allow others to believe they are in front. Live life as if no one is watching, and express yourself as if everyone is watching. What matters in life is not just the fact that we have lived, it is the difference we have made in the lives of others that will determine the significance of the life we lead. There is nothing black or white except for racism. It always appears impossible until it's accomplished. I didn't fail. I merely discovered 10,000 ways that don't work. The greatness of a man lies not in how he never stumbles, but in how he rises each time he does. Do not evaluate me by my achievements. Assess me by how many times I fell and got back up. Difficulties break some men but forge others. No axe is sharp enough to sever the soul of a sinner who continues to repent, who maintains hope with a vision of the future. If you talk to a man in a language he understands, that goes to his head. If you talk to him in his language, that goes to his heart. I detest racialism because I regard it as a barbaric thing, whether it comes from a black man or a white man. There will always be people in every community who are prepared to exploit the differences among people for their own selfish ends. To deny people their human rights is to challenge their very humanity. We can change the world and make it a better place. It is in your hands to make a difference for all who live in it. Love comes more naturally to the human heart than its opposite. A good man is a flame that can be hidden, but never extinguished. Live as if you were to die tomorrow. Learn as if you were to live forever. The greatest glory in living lies not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. I dream of an Africa which is at peace with itself. If you want to change the world, start with yourself. There is nothing like returning to a place that remains unchanged, to find the ways in which you yourself have altered. One of the most difficult things is not to change society, but to change yourself. We must use time wisely and forever realize that the time is always ripe to do right. A narrow mind and a narrow heart go together. A critical, independent, and investigative press is the lifeblood of any democracy. Nothing justifies the curtailment of freedom of speech. Sport has the power to change the world. It has the power to inspire. It has the power to unite people in a way that little else does. Sport can create hope where once there was only despair. Sport has the power to change the world. It has the power to inspire. It has the power to unite people in a way that little else does. Sport can create hope where once there was only despair. It can bring people together in a spirit of national pride. Like slavery and apartheid, poverty is not natural. It is man-made and can be overcome and eradicated by the actions of human beings. Overcoming poverty is not a task of charity. It is an act of justice. It is the protection of a fundamental human right, the right to dignity and a decent life. While poverty persists, there is no true freedom. I'm the captain of my soul. I have always regarded myself, in both nature and function, as a soldier in a war for national liberation. Live life as though nobody is watching. and express yourself as though everyone is watching. I am not a saint unless you think of a saint as a sinner who keeps on trying. A vision without action is just a dream. Action without vision is merely passing time. But a vision with action can change the world. I have learned that courage is not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. The brave man is not he who does not feel afraid, but he who conquers that fear.